close to the driver's meeting. Let the record show it is 12:28. We are 2 minutes away. Driver's meeting starts at 12:30. Technically, if we don't fuck anything up in the next 2 minutes, we will be on time. Then from then on out, whatever happens, happens. We're winning if we're on time.
We're pulling directly out of there to the finish line and racing towards 35.
Won first round. I don't even know how to say it, but this is the closest I've felt. I've been down here a couple times recently, and this is the closest I've felt to, like, you know, what DFW SS shootouts were like, cash days, whatever, what they were like, you know, back in the day. Like, this is what it was like. There wasn't as many cars as we'd like to see, but we won first round. Like, we had a hell of a race. It was good racing. There's a fast car. And we won first round. We did our jobs, car did its job, we won first round. It was a pretty exciting whole first round. I mean, fast passes, fast cars. Jackie's race was, I mean, it was pitch perfect, man. Both cars made good passes. Both cars were fast. They did their burnouts together. Nobody took forever. They staged together. They went down through there together, and they went through the finish line semi together. I mean, Jackie was out ahead, but, you know, that was what you want. It was a decent spot. There wasn't any rubber down. Neither car smoked the tires. Neither car crossed, nobody crossed center. Nobody was all over the place. It was awesome. You know, that was, and right about now, we're on cloud nine, man, because the car did what we told it to in eliminations in first round. I don't know if you've ever raced down here, but things tend to get in a hurry real quick. They got the whole round done at that spot, which was awesome. We were pumped because now we're going into second round at the same spot. As soon as she gets back from first round, we got to start getting the car turned around. So get the parachute packed, get it cooled down, get the data pulled, get a new tune-up writ, send the new tune-up, check tires, ice it down, fresh bottle. We've got that down where we can do it pretty fast. Even though there's only two of us, we can do it pretty quick. As we're doing that, the guy comes over, lets us know chip draw for the next round. Jackie's going up to do chip draw for the next round. How freaking cool is that? Jackie comes back and she lets me know that the night is just getting better. We just drew the bye. Sorry, I say we, what am I, French? She just drew the bye for second round. We get to go out there and we get to, I mean, just swing for it on this road and see what it'll take. Man, that's one of those things where it's like when you see a race and you're like, oh, what was the turning point in the race that you knew you were going to win it or whatever? This is one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, you give us a free lick on this road, you know? They told us 15 minutes to bring the cars up. They wanted all the cars to go up at once and they were going to run them back to back, which, you know, makes sense. She drew the last chip, which was the bye. She's at the end of the round, so she's the last car. As we're getting the car turned around to go up there, they say, everybody chill. We think there's a cop in the area. wait for 10-15 minutes and we'll let you know. I said, okay, cool. At that point, Dan comes over, says 5 minutes, all cars on the start line. Okay, no problem. As she's getting in the car, the big end guy comes over and says, the cops are on their way. They're arresting everybody. You got 5 minutes to leave. And when they get here, they're impounding everybody's cars. Never something that you want to hear at a street race, but it does happen. Cops do show up. Normally, you go somewhere, chill out for a few, and you go right back and hit the same spot and try and finish it up. I'm not the race master here or the flagger or whatever, so I'm not calling the shots here, but that's what I'm hoping we're going to do, because right now we got to buy and we want to see what this road will take. But either way, even if we go to a new spot, we still got to buy. We load everything up, and of course we're the last ones to get loaded, and we got to turn that big old trailer around that little bitty parking lot, and then we're pulling out and we're waiting on a pin drop. So when Dan says, everybody go, you got 5 minutes, cops are on their way, whatever, Dan will drop a pin to the next spot. I'm just sitting there at the edge of the parking lot, right at the starting line, just waiting, expecting to see a cop. As I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, what seemed like forever, a pin drop finally comes. We pull out. And when we leave that spot, we didn't see any cops. Not saying there wasn't any cops. I'm just saying we didn't see any cops. And it's kind of weird to think that, maybe they do it different there. But cops aren't usually in the habit of calling ahead to let you know that they're going to arrest you. Usually if they want you, they just come get you. But also, how did they let them know? So we drive across town to the second spot. It's DFW, so you pass a million badass looking roads on both sides. You're just the whole time you're going, man, we can make a hit there. Man, we can make a hit there. We're not even to the spot yet, and the road just starts getting worse and worse and worse. Then we get to the intersection, and it's a construction road. We start heading down this dead end construction type road, whatever, and it's like a gravel pit at the end. There's a dead end and a cul-de-sac. And you can obviously tell there's some kind of big construction project going on at the end of this road, because the trucks or gravel trucks or whatever it is, or there's a gravel pit or a quarry. I don't know what they're doing. Lots of rocks. As they go in the road, they're semi-clean, and they go to that gravel pit or whatever, and they come back out and they're just dragging everything down the road. So you can just see it. There's literal, from the curb, it's gravel, halfway out to where the car is. So Uncle Jeff and his crew are cleaning the left lane, because he's first pair left lane. They're cleaning the left lane. He's got a leaf blower. They're doing what they can. They got brooms out there. Somebody even came and asked to borrow our broom, I think, to try and help clean the right lane. I go to Dan, I stop the truck, and I said, hey, where's the start line? He said, down there. I said, where the hell are we gonna park? He said, down there at the end. It's gonna be tight, but just go all the way to the end. I was like, okay. And then I look at him, I said, hey man, you're not gonna make us put all these cars down this one lane gravel road, are you? And he said, we're cleaning it. So, up until this point, everything's been cool. I gotta trust him, whatever. So we head on down to the end of the road. At the beginning of second round at this spot, everybody starts to get their cars unloaded. They come over to us and tell us, hey, you can't unload your car until the pair before you gets back and loaded. We're third of this round, and we have a buy run. So we have to wait till basically the end of the round, and then we can unload the cars. As soon as the cars get back, they ask if we're making our buy run again. We say yes, and then we told we gotta hurry. We push the car out of the trailer. We're rushing around. He comes over. She's still in the car. He says, hey, we got to draw for third round. We got to get this done. Okay. So she gets out of the car. She reaches into a bag. Now she's got to draw first because she has the buy in second round. She can't get the buy again. So she has to draw first. If she draws the buy, she got to put the chip back. Now, in Dan's races, the chip has a letter for which lane you're in. She draws the number 1 chip left lane. He says, okay, you're good, blah, blah, blah. So she finishes getting ready to get back in the car, and we're going to go up and make a hit. Now, I do know that Stefan drew first pair right lane. So we know who we're racing next round, and we know what lane we're going to be in. Didn't make a difference to us because we weren't going to try and go down the right anyway. It was a coin flip. Pulls up there. I'm literally guiding her into the water box. Dan walks up to me and he says,
Well, you fixed the lane. This was just brought to my attention by Stefan. To be fair, y'all need to flip the lanes when y'all get back. Because if not, you get a test hit in the lane you're about to hit the bottom.
that's the point.
Right, but to be fair, we should have done the chip draw after we were trying to speed it up.
So he says, it's not fair. You can't have that lane because next round you're going to be in the same lane that you're making your test in. It's not a test hit. It's a buy run, by the way. That is the point. And that's what I told him. I said, that's the point. You brought us to an unfair road. But I don't have time to talk about this with him right now because she's in the car. Car's running. She's in the water box. Like I've got to do my job. We're going to make this hit. So she makes her buy run. It wasn't great. It went early, did okay. We got some data. It got upset out there. She had to pedal it a bunch. But you know how it is. You got data on the road. I'll be able to make the changes necessary. It'll go right down through there. So as we're getting the car turned around, we know we're first pair with Stefan. We're first pair left lane in the third round. Well, we were the last car in the second round. We got to really push it because they're going to be blaming us for taking too long. So we're getting the car turned around. I don't even get the chute packed, and Dan is at the car trying to talk to Jackie, trying to talk to me, letting us know we can't have the left lane.
Unfair point.
When you say it's a test it, that's not the same as a buy. You know, that's telling everybody I got a free test it.
No, you got to pick the lane that
He messed up by you have your bike, but you haven't ran it yet, and you already knew what you're.
No, we understand the issue there. Yeah, but it ain't our fault.
Yeah, it's
No,
not your fault.
it's mine.
Totally your
And
fault.
right's right and wrong's wrong and fair is fair. So the fair thing
But we
to do,
drew the left lane.
right. That's why you made the hit in the left.
No, we were making it. We're not going down the right. If we get the right, we'll just give it to Stefan. We don't give a fuck. We're not.
But he wants the left lane too.
If we want to go down the right, we would have gone down the right just now, just in case we had it in the next run.
Right. That's why we're
But
going to
it
flip.
was, if you said that that was the repercussion of choosing a lane was that next lane I didn't get the left, and I wouldn't have chosen a lane.
Okay, but that's why I run up there before you made your hit and tell Chief, hey, to be fair, we got to flip quarters. Before you made your hit, I told him it before you did your burnout or anything.
Right.
Yeah, and what I say?
You said that's why I did it.
I said that's the point. No, I
Right.
said that's not why I did it,
Well,
because we'd have
that's
went
the
the left
point,
either
right.
way. But that's the point, yeah.
Right.
You,
But
when
as
you
the
make
race
us, when you
master, I
don't
have
let,
to make that call.
but when you don't let us flip quarters with them every round, then you make the call on the lane, and you've already done that.
I made the call before. I shouldn't have let y'all draw chips before you made your buy. I'm trying to speed up the race so we can all be done. Okay? So we ain't racing into the morning.
But it takes the
Is
same
what-
amount of time because I'm the last one in the first one, so it would have been the same either way.
No, but you got to
there's
make
a buy the first round, and then I get the buy, and it's made it like a test hit when it's not a test hit, and then when someone gets another buy, it's like I'm the only one that got a test hit when it's a buy. Someone in the first round got a buy too, you know?
Right, but they didn't know what lane they were racing the next time. That's where the issue is. It's 100% my fault. You can cuss me, you can even kick me if
I'm
you
not
want
going
to.
to cuss you. It's just.
Okay, well, let's-
I have unfair advantages when
yeah.
I got to buy just like
You have
everybody
zero
else.
advantage
you got
here.
your buy.
I promise you.
Right,
Let's flip
and
for
I
it, and we'll figure it out. And
understand.
if he
So
gets, let's flip for it.
here's
If he gets the left, we're gonna congratulate him and roll on. We ain't tearing up this fucking car for no bullshit road on a fucking coin flip.
Well, which one do you want to call it?
No, she's gonna. It's not me. It's her.
Okay.
What is it?
Tails.
Congratulations,
You don't think
fellas.
you can get down
Good
that
luck to
right
you.
lane?
What's that?
don't
Don't
think
make it about what I think I can
No.
do. You brought me to a bullshit fucking road with a fucking coin flip race, and you're gonna tell me you don't think you can get down it? It ain't about whether I can get down it or not. What's the fucking point? If we knew we was gonna be fucking flipping for quarters again and all that shit, we would have probably tried it. But what's the
That's why
fucking point now?
before she made her hit.
I know, but
I wanted
you
to
can't do it when the car is running. I'm standing up there doing the fucking. Well, she's in the car. It's running. Like, what am I gonna do? Stop? And go? Hang on. We need to talk about this before you do this. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
If it was the opposite way, if it was him,
I understand, and this
I
ain't,
would
and
have
this
to do
has
the same
nothing to do
thing.
with him. I'm a fucking fan of Stefco, and I like everything they watch everything they fucking do. Got nothing to do with him. The left lane gonna win all fucking night.
But I drew the
You know what I
left
mean?
too. Like, you should have been the one to draw first if it was gonna be like that.
I needed you to draw first so I could draw the
But it didn't speed anything up. It didn't do nothing for
Yeah, but
nobody.
the
No, it
chance is
didn't.
in the
I should have waited till y'all made your hit to let y'all draw chips.
And we would have made the hit in the left, and she'd have drew the left-hand chip, and we'd be moving on. Well, I don't know if we'd be moving on after racing him. He probably still would have beat us. But I mean, like, we'd be moving on with our life out here racing this road. But it's all good.
That is that's on me, not y'all.
But it's not just as easy as that's on me. It's a $6,000 pot or whatever. I don't know what it is now, but it's a big pot and it's a big race and it's $325 to buy in. And I won the first round and drew the buy, so like I should get a fair shot at the third, and that doesn't feel fair, you know.
I shouldn't have let you draw your chips
We should just
before you made your
move to a
buy.
different spot or something that has two fair lanes.
No, hey, we're good. We're good. We let him roll on.
Well, any other spot,
you know,
that's Dallas
we'll-
and left lanes 1,000 times better than
We'll roll on. Thank you for the opportunity. We'll roll on. Good luck to you guys. Okay, it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Huh?
It's just closer
No,
to
good. It ain't about the starting line. It's not the starting line. It's down there where everybody's hitting that giant fucking pile of shit, and their cars are going fucking. Like the dude come over to me, he's like, "Hey man, just to
I'll
warn
go there
you,
and blow it and clean it, whatever we got to do.
Yeah,
If one lane's
you're gonna have to
better than
report
another, let's
it.
clean it.
You were blowing it and cleaning it before we started. It didn't do nothing. It's still fucked. You know what I mean?
Both cars have gone down in the right lane have hit the same spot and lost.
Well, there's a turnout up there that's gravel or whatever, so all of that gravel's in the road. Like, it's
Yeah, no, we're good. We're not asking for nothing. We just wanted a clarification on it, and you know, good luck to them boys. She drew the left lane. It says on the chip L. It says it's not fair. You can't have the left lane. We didn't pick the left lane. We didn't pick to draw before our buy run. That was on him. But now we have to suffer for it. So we get the lane taken away from us. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But at the same time, you know, what do you do here?
This is more like what I'm used to the last few times of racing with Dan or whatever in DFW. This is, the first round was more like what I was used to racing with Limpy back in the day. But this is kind of what DFW has become, which is you go to whatever spot because the flagger wants to get it done, and that's all he cares about.
I'm trying to speed up the race so we can all be done. So we ain't racing into the morning.
They've forgotten why we're all there. They forgot that we're there to prove how fast we can go on the street. But it's not a race anymore. Now it's all about the flagger's ego of he wants to get this race done. Because 2 weeks ago, a different guy put on a race down there and he didn't get done until daylight. This guy we're racing for now, he wants to get it done in 2 spots and he wants to get it done before daylight. So you can say, we're 2 spots, got it done before daylight. We've been on dirty roads before. We don't care about dirty roads. We'll go down a dirty road. If both lanes are dirty, that's a drag race, whatever. We'd rather not, but that's racing. But if one lane isn't even close, well, that's unfair. For Dan to say it's unfair that we have the chip that he gave us and we drew when he told us to draw. We didn't ask him to draw. He's saying, oh, I shouldn't have let y'all draw. We didn't ask you to draw. You didn't let us do anything. You made us draw. You made Jackie get out of the car to go draw. Like, come on, man. They were acting like our buy run was a test hit. There was a guy in the first round had a buy run. There was a guy in the semifinals going to have a buy run. There's someone every round of this race will have a buy run because the amount of cars that showed up was an odd number. So there's going to be a buy run all the way to the final. But those weren't considered test hits. Only ours is considered a test hit because the road is so unfair. It wouldn't have mattered at the other spot. If we were at the other spot, it literally wouldn't have mattered. Stefan wouldn't have said anything. We wouldn't have cared. We'd do whatever. But that's not what happened. We're at a 1-lane road, a coin flip road. Basically, at the end of the day, a decision was made by the race master, flagger, whatever, promoter, whatever you want to call him. A decision was made by him that affected the outcome of the race. A decision was made by him that affected who gets which lane, which round, that pissed off other racers, that caused him to come back to us and take the lane back from us. What should have happened there, in my opinion, is he made a bad decision. It pissed Stefan off. Dan should have went to Stefan and apologized. Said it won't happen again. That's the end of it. The decisions that were made by Dan forced us to make a difficult decision, which was, if we would have drew the right-hand chip at any point in the night, if we'd have drawn that right-hand chip, we'd have went down that right-hand lane. We'd have probably got our ass busted and we'd have loaded up and been pissed off, but we'd have done it. But we didn't. We drew the left-hand chip. And the bag should decide. The chip should decide. If the flagger makes you draw early, well, the bag decided. And if you're going to redraw the whole thing, then redraw the whole thing. That happens when there's a screw-up. Sometimes you redraw the whole bag. But it's not what they wanted. What they wanted here was they wanted to keep everything the same, except we don't get the lane that was on our chip. Which, you got to let the bag decide at some point. And we feel like that this is going to happen again and again and again, because every time that it happens, we allow it to happen. We don't throw a fit. We don't cry. We don't bitch. We just load our shit and go home, or whatever it is. We take our ass whipping and we go. The decision, we had to make the decision to load the car. We're just not going to go back. There's other guys that race in DFW that put on good races, and hopefully one day, help us Limpy one Kenobi. You're our only hope.
I'll make a quicker video. Here, right lane. Okay? Right lane. Cars at the finish line. I'll show y'all there's no gravel on this fucking road. See this right tire right here? See where it kicks out? It's right tire. Here's the tire. There's the gravel. That's how far away it is. Here's the tire. There's the gravel. I think this is where Paul got loose. Okay? Up here is where Yoshi got loose. Maybe it's just how grooved this fucking concrete is. Maybe it upset the chassis. But there is no gravel. You see where Yoshi crossed up there? The gravel that's on the side of the road. Not one tire's been in it. You'd have been able to tell if a tire went through that gravel. It's been like that every single way. Okay, now you see where Yoshi crossed. But you don't see not any gravel on this side of the road. Maybe a few rocks here and there. That's it.